Hi, this is Jarmel, and I'm starting to make this video to show the essentials of sprouting. Now, what I've done is I've assembled the supplies that I need for my sprouts. And so I have sprouting jars. Now, there are two types, and one is the regular sprouting jar with a vented lid. Now, this one is an old one. The newer ones look a little different. And then this is a ball jar, also with a vented lid. So you see, you can find these with vented lids. You can also, and vented lids, by the way, for a ball jar are harder to find. I have a rack in which I can take my jar and put it on an angle when I'm sprouting. A butter knife, just some tongs, a salad spinner, and then a storage container. Now here I'm using a stainless steel pot that actually has a couple of sections with vented portions. And the reason for that is that when you're using the pot and you're storing your sprouts, you can put the sprouts in and separate the condensation of the sprouts so that the sprouts do not get wet, because wetness sets up mildew. All right, so those are the parts that we need. So now I'm going to start to sprout. And when I start to sprout, I'm going to choose some sprouts. Now this particular sprout is probably one you will not choose, and these are radish sprouts. I'm going to add that for flavor for my other sprouts that I normally sprout. And the radish gives it a little spicy flavor. But for the purpose of showing you how to sprout, these will do, and these are sprouts that I want to sprout anyway. So you're going to use 2 tablespoons of radish. Now this is a 2 tablespoon cup, and I put 2 tablespoons in the sprouting jar. Once the sprouts are 2 tablespoons in the sprouting jar, now I'm telling you to start with 2 tablespoons because these sprouts generally produce sprouts that are 5 times what you see in the seed form. So the sprouts will cover at least half to 2/3 of this jar. And you don't want to go over 2/3 of the jar because then you have trouble with your sprouts breathing. So for day one, you're going to use water. Now, preferably a purified water. Now I have a purification system here. Now this one happens to be a reverse osmosis. You can also use distilled water, or if you just have to, you can use tap water, but it would be better to use a purified water. So you're going to put the water at least 3 times the level of your sprouts, and you let this sit overnight. So you're going to let this sit 6 to 8 hours. And this is day one. So just sit this on the countertop, and day one now is complete. Now we will sprout. We will come back again in the morning, and we will rinse these sprouts.